For every high lottery pick and noise surrounding a big name before even playing a single NBA game, surreal expectations should be met. But if those players never live up to the hype and don't reinvent themselves after year 3, 4, and 5, their names don't just quietly fade away. They'll be associated with the word bust for the rest of their lives. Fans will continue clowning their names, for some, even years after they retire, become a punchline. On rare occasions, clap back, embrace the bust label, and reinvent their image in different ways. Heading into 2025-26, these former disappointing high draft picks absolutely need to step up, proving they still want to be in the league unless they don't care. The former first pick of the 2016 draft hasn't cared since he got his feelings hurt, closer to reaching Udonis Haslem bench status than regaining back to his former All-Star self, the one and only Ben Simmons, the only 3-time All-Star to ever be associated with the term bust, a combination of bad work ethic, taking his talents for granted, never worked on his flaws, followed by a multitude of injuries, especially a deteriorating lower back. Now 29 years old, still unsigned after the Clippers picked him up from Brooklyn. It's an absolute travesty. Simmons himself capable of finessing over $200 million from league earnings. If there's any chance he wants to fully redeem his career and man up, the best choice for him, face his demons, go back to the Sixers, commit to playing hard, turn around a desperate organization, and show he's not a quitter. Many Philly fans never want to do anything with him again. The negative reputation already tarnished. Anything he's done pre-2022, many have forgotten. The minimum expectation for any NBA player actually wanting to play ball. Simmons failed to capitalize on the Clippers, 4 total points in 5 games playoffs, didn't play game 6 and 7 versus Denver. Back in January, Simmons did give Sixers fans their praise, not understanding what he had.
Fans, I didn't appreciate the fans enough. The fans of Philadelphia are incredible. You always want to play for a team that has a good fan base, whether they're booing or whatever. You just want fans to care. You want the arena packed. So just having that experience in Philadelphia was amazing. I'm so grateful to have played there. We had a chance to win a chip. So I think I'm just grateful to have that experience and know what it's like to, be a part of an organization in a city like Philadelphia, and then just taking that and trying to apply it to, Brooklyn.
Pathetically, hasn't made a 3-pointer since being on a Sixers uniform. All that diminished confidence he's shown, there's no way he's anything more than a bench warmer. Some teams might still be interested only because of his talents. A natural good passer at 6'10", still solid defender. There's gonna be somebody who's desperate enough to give Ben another shot. I wouldn't doubt the Phoenix Suns, given their lack of playmaking. I could also see the Milwaukee Bucks hitting rock bottom desperation, signing Ben as the last resort to keep Giannis happy. Everyone anticipating his annual summer workout videos, making threes at the YMCA gyms, his ego too prideful to go overseas. Does Simmons even have enough passion to hoop outside the NBA? One of those guys who loves the NBA lifestyle, couldn't care less about the actual craft or playing basketball itself. Always injured, but fooled everybody enough into thinking he was gonna be great. Back-to-back #1 bust, something you barely ever see. Who else but the Philadelphia 76ers took 2017's Markelle Fultz, who's been nothing but a what if. After that mysterious motorcycle incident, the 6'2" guard has played at least 8 games in every one of his 8 seasons. A lackluster 10-3-4 guy who showed flashes of star potential here and there, but it's also been the multitude of injuries. Still got some bursts getting to the rim, crafty finisher, but getting hurt all the time derailed his confidence. The shoulder problems, nerve damage, broke his jump shot. Career 28% outside shooter from deep, didn't come into the league as a role player. Fultz doesn't have those intangibles. Orlando gave him all the time in the world possible to recover, but after the emergence of Paolo and Franz Wagner with other young pieces, Fultz's constant inconsistency led to his departure. Regardless of what happens next, Markelle will be remembered as a huge bust. Sacramento gave him a shot in February, lasted 21 games, extremely limited with knee and shoulder issues, hasn't played more than 60 games in 7 of his 8 seasons, only 3 times reaching the 43 game mark. Without any known injuries now, there's a 50-50 chance Fultz might not be picked up next season, but still has some talents to be a limited bench guy. Everybody knows what he is by now. The quiet personality, never speaking out, won't do him any justice in pursuit of another roster spot before he's fully done for. Number 2 pick 2017 Lonzo Ball. Calling him bust, a bit too harsh of a term to label. It's almost a miracle he's still in the league after missing over 1,000 days of NBA action, required 3 knee surgeries on his left leg, had a transplant from a donor. He was never going to be the next Jason Kidd, being way too passive to score the ball early in his career, but a high IQ, versatile tall guard who passes at a high level, rebounds, plays D, and constantly improved on the 3-point shot. Lonzo's ceiling looked like Drew Holiday, averaged 13, 5 and 5, 35 contests with 2021 Bulls, was the engine running the offense after coming back last season. Traded to the Cavs now for Isaac Okoro, Ball could be in the league for multiple years if he gives similar production like Ty Jerome. Has a team option for 2027. His worst nightmare, getting hurt again. Lonzo literally on his second strike, now in a perfect situation on a squad that'll excel. Consider Eastern Conference contenders, will win 50 plus games with or without him, not asked to do much, will have all the time to heal from more injuries, played a combined 70 games, 4 seasons with the Bulls, picked up his player option last season at $21 million, 35 contests before injuries with wrist problems, still only 27 years old. If he don't work out, worst case scenario, his NBA career over, the Cavs will just see him as a salary dump. Team has nothing to lose. Lonzo's career literally hanging by the skin of his teeth. Marvin Bagley III, 2025-26, signed a 1-year contract back to the Wizards. What a way to conclude an NBA career. Nothing more than being remembered, being picked ahead of Luka. He's played 2 seasons with Washington. Can anyone watching this video name one Marvin Bagley NBA highlight they can remember? After 8 full seasons in, the 6'10 power forward might have his career saved for a year more before likely going to play overseas. When traded to Memphis, getting a shot at playing in the playoffs, first time in his career, likely his only time. His team did get blown out by 51 points game 1, but he did go 8 of 8 from the field, score 17, a certified bench warmer on a playoff squad, not a winning player at an NBA level, has the talents to dominate on the post, but a way too one-dimensional scorer similar to Jahlil Okafor. Can give a team 18 and 8 if he plays starter minutes, but the defense would be putrid like Enes Kanter. Still only 26 years old. Hopefully he didn't have to sell his house or move his locker, gone from DC from February to July back to the nation's capital. His numbers down from 11.7 points to just 4.4 from 2024 to last season. If Bagley's scoring goes down to under 4.3 points on Washington, there's nothing more he could do to save his NBA career. Team waived Rashad Holmes for Marvin. That's gotta feel somewhat good for now. James Wiseman, partially guaranteed for the coming season. He's kind of lucky Miles Turner left the Pacers, but Quentin Jackson signed with Indy as well. Given today's lucrative guaranteed rookie contract salaries, especially for highly touted lottery picks, Wiseman don't have to play another game and he'll already have made $41 million, only due to his high school hype, not needing to have any basketball skill, but just lucky enough to be 7 foot and athletic, being drafted in the COVID year with no combine, 3 collegiate games, and a relatively weak class. Having physical tools means absolutely nothing when there's no skill development or structure. His career could have ended after 5 minutes into his first game with the Pacers last season, ruptured his Achilles, traded to the Raptors, then waived right after. Already wasted pretty much 2 full seasons with a meniscus tear, 2022 Golden State, then the Achilles last season. The 24-year-old still has the basketball experience of a teenager, got nothing but meaningless minutes for Golden State, later stuck on the horrible Pistons, will need to outbattle teammate centers Isaiah Jackson, Tony Bradley, and Jay Huff. If the former number 2 pick not better than any of these guys, he don't deserve this many chances at a spot. The biggest detriment to his lack of NBA success, the low IQ. Speaking of low IQ, Laker fans super familiar with the physically gifted Jackson Hayes, who proved himself to be somewhat viable, especially the regular season, starting the 5 position for a 50-win squad. But all that hard work and monster dunks meant absolutely nothing when Hayes became an absolute travesty all playoffs. JJ Redick had no faith in him. Bench, watch Rudy Gobert put on Wilt Chamberlain numbers to his Lakers. Jackson having the best lob threat in the game alongside Luka. Now with the much better DeAndre Ayton, Hayes has proven nothing more than a glorified backup. But also not his fault, the Mark Williams trade didn't go through. Having Maxine injured Kleba play above him at center in an elimination game gotta be one of the most hurtful feelings of his career. Already developed a bad rap, constantly makes ill-advised frustrating mistakes. It's easy to bench a guy like that rest of the game or even several games. At least Hayes more than likely will continue having an NBA career after next season if he gives similar production and limit his boneheaded mistakes. Now 25 years old, has way more hope than everyone else on this list. Usman Jang, the 2024 G League Finals MVP, simply don't have much room to play on the most loaded squad. The defending champs, one of the rare misses for Sam Presti, picked 11 3 years ago. At least Chet and Jalen Williams lived up to their hype and more. Jang numbers of 4 and 2 across 3 seasons, likely one of the only guys most NBA fans can't name on the Thunder roster. There isn't much argument for the franchise keeping him for the future, especially after selecting Georgetown standout center Thomas Sorber. Team also resigned 7-footer Brandon Carlson to a 2-way deal. Undrafted out of Utah, played 32 contests a season ago. Jang, on the other hand, being a lottery pick, highly disappointing. For all we know, he'll probably end up in Charlotte or Washington. Not a good shot blocker at 6'10", 220, not crafty or skilled, poor rebounder. When he plays with starters, loses confidence instantly. Every time getting the ball, only hands it over to them immediately. Struggles being assertive on a loaded roster. Jang can be the last man on the bench winning multiple titles on a vet minimum if OKC resigns him going forward. But for his sake, definitely wants to earn a multi-year deal after his rookie contract expires. Jett Howard of the Orlando Magic, son of former All-Star Juwan Howard. The entire Magic fan base knew he wasn't gonna pan out. The team owner literally lives in Michigan. The favoritism led to this wasteful pick, an absolute travesty. The front office should have selected Grady Dick instead. Howard's production, even worse than Mario Hezonja's, has a team option next couple years, this coming season and next. 78 total games across first 2 years. Historically piss poor numbers, hard to recover from after having one of the worst rookie seasons all time. 52 total minutes. Despite a disappointing year in college, the one and done might actually be worse than Johnny Davis, James Bouknight, and Jerome Robinson. Many also convinced nepotism involved. While Grady of Toronto and Jordan Hawkins way better prospects, there's nothing Howard does that stands out. The Magic also probably didn't want to deal with the PR of drafting Anthony Black and have Grady's last name attached. Howard, not great in the G League, literally has a case being even worse than Anthony Bennett as a talent. Was supposed to play this summer league but never showed up. Bronny James 100 times better than Bus Howard. Not quite a bust, but redeemed himself nicely after several injuries. Dante Exum will never be the star he's supposed to, but should get applauded for never giving up. Becoming a solid 3-point shooter and pesky defender, gives the Mavs great contributions. He was on this list years ago, but went overseas, got better, now living the dream. These guys most likely finish for good. Too many opportunities, unsigned, finally so. Kevin Knox just played with Golden State. Mo Bamba in New Orleans, nobody remembers that. Cam Reddish never got it together. Wait for Jordan Goodwin, that's all you gotta know. Killian Hayes of the G League, one of the worst guards of this era. Kira Lewis Jr. after that knee injury, undersized, can't shoot, not NBA material. Johnny Davis never even played a game for the Grizzlies. Wait February, absolutely terrible on all levels. Officially done, Chris Duarte, recently signed in Spain.